Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Sohail and you are watching Arakan Times Daily English News. Today is 23 February 2024. Today's news headlines: 32 foreigners including 15 undocumented Myanmar nationals were arrested in Malaysia. At least 25 people were killed and 8 people were severely injured. Bangladesh refuses to accept Rohingya refugees arriving at Bangladesh-Myanmar border. At the Burmese refugee camp in India, 8 houses were burnt to ashes due to the explosion of a gas tank. The UN Special Representative asked Myanmar to protect young people who are threatened by the military service law enacted by the military council. Details of the news. In Malaysia, the Malaysian Immigration Department announced that 32 foreigners, including 15 Myanmar nationals, were arrested in the vicinity of Johor Bahru and Coup on February 19. In the morning of February 19, Johor Bahru Immigration Officer Baharuddin Tahir inspected 79 foreign nationals in Johor Bahru and Coup area according to the announcement. According to the immigration team's examination, 47 people with documents were released and 32 people were arrested without documents. Those arrested are 12 Myanmar nationals, 3 Oman non-Pakistani citizens, 5 Indian citizens, 1 Indonesian citizen, 1 Vietnamese citizen, and 1 Filipino citizen are being investigated at the Johor Bahru Immigration Department in order to take action against them under the 2 immigration laws, as according to the statement. Similarly, last February 3rd in Malaysia, Selangor State, a market in Sirikim, Bengan was opened by the Malaysian Immigration Service. The Malaysian Immigration Department announced that 530 foreigners, including undocumented Myanmar nationals, were arrested after the police and other interdepartmental cooperation groups blocked and investigated. In eastern Afghanistan, at least 25 people died, 8 people were severely injured, and many were trapped due to a landslide in Nuristan province, according to the announcement of the officials of Afghanistan's Disaster Ministry on February 20. Jamiullah Hashimi, head of Nuristan Province Information and Culture Department, said that about 25 homes were destroyed by the landslide and emergency rescue operations are underway to rescue people trapped under the debris. Last 2023, also in October, a 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck western Afghanistan, according to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Due to the earthquake, approximately 100 people died, 500 people were severely injured, and 465 homes were destroyed, according to the report. According to an international press release, due to the intensification of fighting in Arakan state, hundreds of Rohingya who have been gathered to seek refuge in Bangladesh along the Bangladesh-Myanmar border have been refused to accept by Bangladesh government. Mustafa Muhammad Sadat Hussain, a spokesperson for Bangladesh of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees (UNHCR), said it is important to provide safe shelter for civilians, including women and children, who have fled the fighting between the Arakan army and the military council. However, the authorities said on February 21 that the government of Bangladesh has refused to accept any more Rohingya fleeing, as the country has accepted more than 1.2 million Rohingya refugees, which is a huge burden for Bangladesh. In a meeting held last week, UNHCR said to accept about 900 Rohingyas who are waiting for asylum at 19 places along the Burmese border with convention, but the Bangladesh government has refused, according to the report. In India, Mizoram state, according to a news media in India, 8 houses of IDPs were burnt down in the Burmese refugee camp in Sinmui region due to the explosion of a gas tank. At least 1 house in camp number 2 was burnt to ashes. There is no harm, no poverty. The fire was caused by the explosion of an LPG cylinder in the kitchen, as said the late police officer. After the coup defeated by some faction, refugees from Myanmar are fleeing to foreign countries. There are 2 relief camps in Sinmui region where the fire broke out, and 2 people have been separated from their homes in the Burmese refugee camp number 2. And more than 30 Burmese citizens are currently staying in various parts of Mizoram, according to an official from the Home Department. The United Nations Human Rights Council has reported that Tom Andrews, the United Nations Special Representative for Human Rights, asked the international community to make an effort to protect civilians who are facing threats because Myanmar has passed a law banning young adults from serving in the military. According to the report, it is said that the military council are trying to force young adults, including women, to join the military council army, while at the same time they are increasing attacks on civilians. In the absence of action by the UN Security Council, Tom Andrews said that countries must coordinate to reduce access to the military council's weapons and prevent attacks on civilians. After the February 2021 Coup, the military council announced the implementation of the conscription law, and more casualties were reported in the armed conflict as territories were being lost, according to the report. Tom Andrews reiterated that international efforts are needed more than ever to confront the threats of the military council facing the civilian population in across Myanmar. Thanks for watching Arakan Times English News.